We are live now. Welcome. Thanks for being with us. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. Are you ready, Care Bear?
Ready.
Okay.
As always.
That's interesting. It totally looks like it's like coincides with the dimple in your chin.
It's
so
making
it
my
almost
dimple
doesn't
deeper.
even look like it's there for a second. Poor fat girl.
Oh, fat girl. Big old dome. Fat girl actually knocked my tooth out once too. By jumping up and doing that shit. She fucking bam! And I'm like, fuck! And I'm like, god damn it, fat girl. You are a pain in the ass.
Ay. Okay. And recording in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Side Booth Happy Hour.
Welcome back, everybody.
How's everybody doing today?
Fantastic.
Good. Yeah, Carrie had an interesting day already, I guess. An interesting couple of days.
Well, I love that when you saw me, the first thing you said was, "What happened to your face?"
What you do to your face?
What'd you do to your face?
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was worried. I was like, holy shit. Like, because you're always doing, like, some kind of home improvement project or some kind of tinkering or some kind of something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. Like, what did you do with all of this construction and, you know, whatever it is that you've got going with a fucking chainsaw or, you know, like some kind
sort
of miter saw or something going on. Like,
Right.
how did you almost lose an eye, you know?
No, but it was just good old fat girl, my sweet little dog. She loves me and wanted to jump up and give me some kisses and planted her big old dome right into my dimple. Fucking split that fucker open.
Right into your superhero dimple.
Right into my
chin.
Superman dimple.
Right into the chin.
Damn it.
I mean, it really was out of concern. And also because I have a problem with blurting, obviously. So
Oh no, that's fine.
it doesn't look bad. It's not like, holy fuck, what happened to your face? Like,
No.
This looks terrible. You know, she has, so for those of you listening and for those of you watching on live, she has a very small cut right smack in the dimple of her chin. And
And if I was a dude, you'd probably be like, "Oh shit, Care, you skimped on the razors."
yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
Were you shaving with the
looks
house
like a
dude's?
razor cut.
Yeah, the one blade piece of shit razor.
Yeah.
No, it's just my dipshit dog. And on top of that, my fucking tooth, my fakie, wiggled out like it always does. So now I'm wearing this retainer that's kicking my ass, but I can't, like, if I rolled in here toothless with this thing, you'd be like, oh my god, you got in a fight.
It could look kind of cool, though. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm just saying, you know.
That I can't look cute anymore with a missing tooth. Maybe at 13, it was endearing, but now that I'm 49, people be like, you look like a fucking redneck hillbilly with that shit.
With a Wrangler shirt on.
With my Wrangler shirt on.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You know, we could, you know, it's never too late to try a new look.
Oh no, not that one.
It's a bold and brave new look. You know.
I can't pull off the missing tooth. I mean, maybe around Morgan because she can't see that well.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't even notice.
She'd never know.
She's like, oh shit, I didn't even see her missing a tooth. Maybe if I close my one eye.
Oh, and I'm so excited we're going to have her back. So for those of you watching and listening, welcome everybody, by the way, on this Memorial Day, May 26th. Nothing but love for those we have lost, for those who have served and lost and paid the ultimate price. We have nothing but respect for you and love for you and your families. Thank you for those of you. Absolutely. Thank you. And we thank you for being able to be here today because of you. So thank you very much. And for those of you who are joining us today, who listen to the show on a regular basis, you might remember an episode from days past where Carrie shared with us a highly entertaining story about
which one?
when Morgan was in California last, which was last summer, right around almost a year ago last summer, when Carrie was just chilling in her backyard with friends.
Around.
Just
floating with Morgan in the pool.
Hanging out, chilling, and she was just talking, shooting the shit, and all of a sudden her tooth flies out of her head.
And goes down into the
and
fucking
had to go
deep
fish
end.
it out of the fucking pool. Had to go put her goggles on and go fish it out of the fucking pool. And had to go get it cemented back in. And luckily the dentists were able to get her in on an emergency basis that day. Well, now the same thing has happened almost a year to the day. But lucky for you guys, she's going to get it cemented back in. And Morgan is going to be with us in a few more weeks. So we're going to bring you another episode in about, today's the 26th, so about 2 more weeks before Morgan gets here. She's getting here, I believe, on the 4th. I have to check my calendar, but my phone is right there, so I can't check my calendar at the moment. But Morgan's going to be with us, so we'll actually bring you another episode where all 4 of us will be able to be with you, myself and Care Bear and Annika. And Morgan will be in from New Mexico, so we will all physically be in the studio, able to bring you a fabulous episode with all of us in person, which is always the greatest. And by that time, hopefully, Carrie's tooth will be cemented back into her head.
We'll be retainer free.
Exactly.
I'm going tomorrow to get it re-cemented.
Good. Excellent. Okay. And by that time...
My chin will be all healed up.
The chin will be healed.
The dimple might be a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
But that's better for me.
Yes, exactly. And we'll have... some stories to tell at that point, because I don't know if we're going to record before a party, after the party. I don't know. We'll have to figure out what day we're actually going to do it, but we'll see. Anyhow, thank you everyone for being with us, and happy Memorial Day. So maybe we should get to it. We've got a lot to get to. Again, we've got another full docket for you guys again. So why don't we start with Biden and his cancer?
Oh yeah.
So
stage 4 with metastases to the bone. Okay, so that ain't now. You don't have to be a doctor to know that shit's been brewing a while.
Right.
That shit just does. And prostate cancer is like the easiest thing to treat.
It's very
curable,
diagnosable too.
Yeah, as soon as you drop a digit on that old man, you're like, whoa, enlarged prostate.
And you know that the president is going to have some very, very, probably some of the best medical care there is out there, and they're going to be examining him very frequently. It's not like the president's going to be like, oh, well, I can't get in for another 3 months, you know?
I mean, shit, dude.
Don't they have, like, a White House doctor? He has, like, special fucking physicians and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he doesn't have access to medical care like the rest of us retards.
And granted, maybe you got a, not that he did, but if he had a full schedule at the White House, hell, he spent over half his presidency at Rehoboth Beach. You could have rolled into the old Rehoboth Beach, Delaware doctor, and that guy could have dropped a digit on you.
Sure.
And been like, oh, hey, man, you probably need to get this handled.
Yes. So this was going on for a while, but the Democrats, of course, once again, think we're stupid.
Yep.
Think that they can pull the wool over our eyes yet again.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe some of y'all might think, oh, well, no. There's no conspiracy involved here. There's no secrets involved here. And if you think that...
You're a ding-dong.
Okay, fine. You live in your little ignorant, blissful world. That's okay. We're wide awake over here at Side Boob Happy Hour Podcast. Yeah. If you know anything, and I'm sorry, but, even regular Joe doctors... Kaiser doctors are out there on TikTok saying, like, sorry, bro, but if it's already metastasized to the bone...
That's gnarly.
This has been going on for quite some time.
Yeah, people are like, oh, dude, he's probably had this for, like, over 10 years.
Yes. And their plan was to get that idiot laughing donkey ding-dong out there. And, that was their plan.
Or imagine if they ran him again,
Ugh.
and now he's in his 2nd term.
Right?
And now and the guy was already a corpse in his 1st term.
And see, that's the thing, is that they tried to run him again, and clearly they knew that wasn't going to work out. So he dropped out, and they didn't even have a primary, as we already know, and they just shoved her in.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, okay, so honestly, that's a worse plan than the first plan that they had. They
Yeah.
could have just, he could have just ran for, but they probably understood that he probably wouldn't have won
Oh.
a second term vote. They probably knew that. I don't understand how they think that Kamala would have had a better chance winning a second term vote. I don't know. I don't know where their heads were during all of this, but yeah, somehow they think that, again, they think we're stupid. They think the American people are just fucking dumb.
Well, and then if he did win, then people are already saying he's going to be dead within the year. So this guy craps
Like
out
how
in
advanced
office,
this is. Yeah.
and then we still get cackling Kamala.
Of course. And again, please don't get us wrong. No one here is celebrating the fact that the guy is dying. No one here is
I feel bad for
rejoicing.
him, dude.
Absolutely.
A poor old man, let him fucking go retire and
He
chill.
seriously is the victim in all of this because he was the one that was obviously gravely ill. He was the one that was clearly, compromised cognitively. And they're trying to get him up here doing the Weekend at Bernie's thing, trying to play the puppeteers and try to pretend like everything's okay. And this is, like Morgan even said at one point, this is fucking elder abuse.
Yeah.
And she was 1,000% right about that.
I said that too. I was like, dude, if that was my granddad, I'd be like, knock it off.
Yeah. Enough is enough.
Let the guy just go enjoy his last
Absolutely.
remaining years, man.
Absolutely. Let him go to sleep. Just put him in bed, let him go to sleep, put him in front of the TV, let him fucking go to sleep, or let him sit out on the beach and let him go to sleep. Now I get it, like why he spent most of his term on vacation.
Yeah.
Dude's fucking dying.
Yeah.
But it was the wrong time to be president, obviously.
Right.
He probably was diagnosed before he was even elected.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's going on, folks. For those of you who don't know, now you know. Pay attention. That's all we're saying here. Just pay attention. I mean, again, no one is rejoicing at the fact that the dude is so gravely ill. It's the people around him that are fucking shitheads.
Yeah.
For
And
making
I
all
love
this
how all
happen.
these media, like Jake Tapper and that other dude, wrote the book, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically like, oh, we were all duped. The White House was lying to us. Okay, but you assholes covered it up.
Yeah.
You guys
were the
ran
ones that covered
cover.
up. Yeah. I mean, come on. Yeah. Again, you think we're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I think that, a lot more people now, COVID was really what was responsible, I think, for waking up a lot more people. And a lot more people now are really, really realizing, oh, gee, maybe we can't trust the government. Maybe we can't trust these politicians. When this illness, quote unquote, was being politicized, I think a lot more people really woke up.
Mm-hmm.
And now we know. Now a lot more people know. And we understand, oh, gee, these people really are lying to us.
Yep.
So that's what happened. You guys all fucked it up in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yep.
No more people are going to be trusted you. That's the way it's going to be. So, anyhow, I don't know what's going to happen with Biden, but I just hope that these people don't, play Geppetto with him anymore.
Oh,
It's really sad.
Let's knock it off already.
Yeah, it's really fucking sad. But let's talk Trump's deals with the Middle East.
Oh, yeah.
So this is actually kind of interesting. The whole thing about the situation in the Middle East has always confused me. The conflicts in the Middle East
Oh, yeah.
has always been very confusing to me. People who are, pro-Palestine, pro-Israel, pro-this, pro-that, it's always been very confusing to me.
That place has been a shit show since the beginning of time.
Exactly, exactly, yeah.
It just boils down to the Muslims hate the fucking Jews.
Yeah, it's a fucking conflict that's older than the hills. I mean, it just keeps going. But I guess Trump's plan with Israel, in a nutshell, I guess, is that it gives Palestinians less territory than previous proposals. It recognizes an Israeli right to the entire Jordan Valley.
Okay.
So Israel regards the valley as militarily strategic. Palestinians regard the valley as important for agriculture. So what this means for them, I do not know, but apparently this might declare some kind of peace treaty
Oh, shit.
for the two of them, which is kind of a big deal. But at the same time, how many times has peace been declared in the Middle East? In the 90s, I remember they declared peace in the Middle East. And the next thing I know, I'm seeing like bombs and shit go off, on CNN. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, and stuff was kind of cool until October 7th.
Yes. Exactly. Now, I know that he is working on this. I know that he's working on this. And then he has freed some Israeli hostages, right?
I think all the hostages have been released.
Yes.
From Hamas.
Yes. So I know that there have been some hostages freed, and that's been because of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely a good thing. It's been kind of a slow process, but I mean, we have to recognize here that he really has set to work in less than a year doing every fucking thing that he said that he was going to do in a very small amount of time. Of course, everyone's complaining, eggs are still high and gas is still high.
I think eggs have come down, actually.
Eggs have come down.
Yeah.
Gas has come down.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation is not going to come down overnight.
Right.
That's just not going to happen overnight. But the big things that he said that he is going to do, he has done. So, I mean, this is kind of a big deal, man. I mean, it's confusing, like I said.
Yeah. Well, did you see how they're giving him shit about the jet that Qatar gave him?
Yes, but he said that they didn't actually give him a jet.
No, they give it to the United States.
Yeah, they didn't give him personally a jet. He's not personally flying around in a fucking jet. Like, it's not his.
But I loved it he had some White House, he was in there with the president of South Africa or whatever. And South Africa's, like, they've been killing all these white farmers. That's, like, the most recent articles. And so he's in there with this president, and he's like, he's taking questions. All right, yes, you, go ahead. And this one jackoff is like, so, are you really going to use that jet? He asks the question about the jet, and Trump just straight up says, are you seriously going to ask me that right now? You're the most horrible reporter. We've got all, and Trump whips out like all these articles, like, look at these people that are getting killed, and he go, in his country, white farmers, and you want to ask about a jet. Mm-hmm. And he goes, this idiot. He called the guy an idiot, just went after him.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. And that's the thing, is that he checks these stupid ass reporters.
Yeah.
He doesn't avoid any of these questions.
No.
He just checks them.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about him, because for all of you idiots that are thinking that he was given a jet, that's not what happened.
And he's not gonna. That's the thing. It's not gonna become Air Force One, and he's flying around in it.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, would he trust? Be like, that's a nice gesture.
Right.
But I'm not gonna fly. I'm not gonna fly on that fucking thing. It'll probably fall out of the sky.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. No. And he's smarter than that. He knows that he's not gonna fly around in a fucking jet that was just handed to him by somebody. So no, that's not what's going on.
Right.
But yeah, there's so many different angles going on with this that it's all very confusing, and I try very hard to stay on top of it, but then it just gets even more confusing. So all I care about is that we are not funding the fucking foreign wars, and that we're not using our resources and our military, and that's mainly what I care about at this point, honestly. They can fight each other all they want, and as long as they're not, it's just way too confusing to fucking keep up with this. It's too much. But it's a big deal at this point, because like I said, it's just part of what he said that he was going to do. Mm-hmm. And he's doing it, and he's working on it, and I swear to God, the guy probably doesn't fucking sleep.
No.
Him and Elon, they don't fucking sleep.
Oh.
It's amazing. So have you been following the Diddy trail?
I have. Cassie Ventura took the stand, dude. She's ready to pop.
She's so pregnant, and she's having to relive all of this.
Uh-huh.
Now, I understand his kids are there.
Yeah.
His kids are there, and they're supporting him because they're his kids. Okay, fine. But we know, at the very, very least, that he's guilty of being a woman beater.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's on video.
Right.
Number one.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, because he was idiot enough to go on Instagram and issue a formal apology about it, which was a shit apology. He would have been better off not even saying anything, quite honestly, because it was a stupid apology. At the very least, we know he's guilty of that. So, what, are we supposed to believe that that was an isolated incident? The way that he was beating the crap out of her and kicking her on the fucking ground and shit like that. She's already on the ground in the fetal position. He's down there kicking her.
Yeah.
Men who beat on women are the worst, cowardly, fucking little dick piece of shit kind of men. I cannot find enough negative adjectives for men who fucking do this.
Yeah. Well, but like I said, I'm not going to get my ass kicked by some dude in a towel. I'd have ripped that fucker off and choked him out with it.
Maybe.
Fuck him. But she was all drugged up. She was actually, that video, she was getting out, trying to leave one of the freak-offs.
Yes.
And so she was probably obviously under the influence.
Maybe.
And really couldn't fight back.
Maybe, and also, she had been with him for a long time, and women who are in an abusive relationship are under quite a bit of manipulation as well. She probably at that point had trouble finding a way out. She probably in her mind was thinking, this is my fault and I just have to take my punishment. That's what it's like being with an abusive man like that. I mean, for a lot of people, it's very easy to say, why don't you leave? Why don't you fight back? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? It's a very difficult situation for women to be in, and he's a piece of shit.
And
he's
also
a piece of shit.
He was also dangling that carrot, like he got that one song,
exactly,
and then
I'm
gonna turn you into a big star. You're gonna produce records and stuff like that. But then really, she only made that one song.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was just like the freak off girl.
Exactly.
And that was it.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very sad. It's just the amount of control that these abusers have over their victims.
Yeah, and this dude's got money and power.
And I mean,
and people that cover for him.
And he had like sex tapes over her and shit like that. Like, and the mom like testified that she had to take out a fucking like a loan against her house or something like that for like it was only like $40,000 or something like that, which is nothing to him.
No.
That's nothing to him to pay him so that he wouldn't release the freak off sex tapes with her daughter.
And then he paid $100,000 to that hotel staff to erase the video, and the only reason they have that video is because that dude who was he was a off-duty cop that worked his security, but when that guy filmed the surveillance video on his phone, and that's the only reason it got out.
Well, thank goodness for that. I mean, this dude is sick, man.
Yeah,
like,
he's fucked up.
He's sick. And, the kids, support him all you want, but your dad's still on video beating the crap out of a defenseless, tiny chick.
Yeah.
And now she's reliving it, at 9 months pregnant.
Oh, I can't even imagine. And the girls, his twin girls or whatever, they left the courtroom.
They left. Yeah.
But the guys stuck around.
They left. And I don't know. I mean, I understand, like, having support for your father. I get it. But now Kid Cudi, I think he took the stand last week because Cassie, I believe, started dating Kid Cudi after her and Diddy broke up. And he, like, fucking, like, firebombed his car.
Yeah.
Like, something crazy like that. I mean, see, that's the thing, is that even, if you are fortunate enough to be able to break away from your abuser, they still keep coming at you like that. I mean, it's just fucked up. Like, he's had a hold of her for a very long time. And I'm very glad that, she found what seems to be a very nice gentleman who takes care of her, and now she has a family. And
she's got, this is her third kid, I think.
Yes, that she's pregnant with her third kid. Man, I just hope that he stays put away for a long time.
Well, I think he's going to get fucked on all the racketeering stuff. and like transporting sex workers across state lines and shit like that. That's what they're going to nail him on, because his defense is trying to say, oh, well, she was a willing participant in these freak-offs, and, you know, that was their thing.
And that's what they're going to do, unfortunately, because, unfortunately, technically, she was a willing participant, but it was under the manipulation and abuse of him. I'm sure he was threatening her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she agreed to it, but because she knew the consequences of it, you know, so this whole thing is just so sad. He has destroyed so many fucking people in his wake, and I'm just glad that he's going down for it.
Fuck yeah.
What I would like to see, though, is the rest of fucking Hollywood that was involved in this go down, too.
I want to know what J-Lo knows.
Exactly.
J-Lo dated that piece of shit.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
And he was a guest on Ellen.
I know.
Like a whole bunch of times.
And I've said before, I know that, you know, Ellen and her wife moved to England, and they said that it was because Trump was elected.
That's
bullshit. I think that it's because of Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
I think that they moved because of Diddy. And that's what I would like to see. I want to see fucking the rest of these Hollywood fucking weirdos fall because of this trial. That's what I would like to see. And we're not seeing enough of it. And I'm kind of disappointed in that. I mean, you know that there's more people involved in this, like more famous people that are involved in this. And I'm seeing a lot of like crazy, weird ass conspiracies, and you know, like involving Blake Lively and you know, like Gwyneth Paltrow, and you know, like all these people saying that, you know, that they bring in like mentally challenged people, and that there's like murders going on, and you know, like all these crazy, weird, exotic things happening, and you know, I don't know if I buy into any of that. I mean, who knows? At this point, nothing could shock us, but. Like I said, I want to see more people paying for this, not just him.
It'll come out, I think, eventually.
I hope so, man. I hope so. But it's like every single week something new happens with this, and I think that Cassie is a very brave girl, and I'm sure this is a horrible thing to have to do when you're like, you know, 9 months pregnant, having to fucking testify and look this fucking asshole in the face while you have to do that.
And now they got him sitting over there like somebody's grandpa.
I know.
With like a sweater, and his hair's all gray, and he's got his readers on.
He can't dye his hair anymore, and yeah.
And that one gal that was supposed to testify against him, she backed out because she's like, "Fuck that!
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to relive this shit."
I don't blame her, and she's probably scared too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sure that his reach goes very far, so I don't blame her. But we'll see how this goes. You know, they've got lots and lots of witnesses testifying against him, so we'll see how it goes. I think obviously he's going to go away for a while, but we'll see how many charges they're able to
pin on him.
Exactly, yeah. But on the true crime tip,
ooh, what do we got?
Have we heard that there might be a serial killer in New England?
Is this where Taylor Swift has a mansion or something like her?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And they found like a leg or something?
Yeah, they found a body part near her house.
Yeah.
So,
but that's like her summer pad or like a vacation house.
I mean, who knows? it's one of her houses. I mean, who knows? So there are rumors about a New England serial killer because they keep finding body parts kind of around the same area. Like they'll find an arm here or a leg here. I believe they found a leg like kind of by Taylor Swift's house in New England. I think like in Connecticut or something like that. So the discovery of multiple human remains in New England, particularly in 3 different states. They're saying that it suggests that the evidence doesn't support a single murderer being responsible for all the cases, but it could be a part of a larger investigation. However, they also say that it's important to remember that each case should be evaluated individually and not automatically attributed to a single perpetrator. But they're thinking that these things are all related because of a larger conspiracy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So there have been 12 human remains discovered in 3 different states. And, you know, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Granted, I mean, they could not, they might not be related, but New England is a small area.
Yeah.
There's, those states are really small in that area. Of course, the cops are saying right now there's no connection, but obviously they have to say that because they don't know for sure yet. They haven't found any, right now they don't have any, leads. They don't have any perps as of now, so they can't say, okay, this is one person, this is 3 people, these are connected. They can't say any of that, so they have to say that. But that's a lot of body parts to find in a very small
area. It's a little weird.
And, they can't say that they have a serial killer because the public's going to go insane.
Yeah.
Just like they are now. So the remains were discovered in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts in March and April.
Oh, shit.
So...
they're going to blame it on Karen Reed.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying there's no pattern to the dump sites. And another expert is saying a lot of serial killers will have a particular dump site where they dispose of their bodies, which is true. And, so on and so forth. But speculation has mushroomed despite a drop nationally in serial murderers. And that is true, because nowadays you can't get away with anything.
No, man.
And people are getting smart. You just
can't leave a pube behind a crime scene.
You can't leave anything behind, a fucking fingernail, nothing, a hair, nothing. They will find you. I mean, forensic medicine these days, you can't get away with shit.
No.
They will find you. They will find a way. It's, you cannot get away with anything. And obviously, police commonly don't release details of all of this, but all I'm saying is, that's a lot of body parts in a small area.
Yeah.
So if there's not a serial killer, then there's a lot of murderers going on in a very small amount of time in a very small area.
Mm-hmm. So
New England, lock your doors, man.
Yeah, make sure your Ring doorbell cameras are working.
Yeah, I mean that's a little scary over there, because New England, you don't really hear about shit like that going on over there. So I'm wondering, in my really big conspiracy theory mind, does this have something to do with Washington? Are there folks disappearing?
Oh, yeah, who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe it's like a mob thing too.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but they don't even say like the areas that they're found in. They're just saying that one of them was found near her house.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means it was buried. Did they find it in the woods? I mean, they're not really releasing too many details on that. But that's, like I said, a lot of body parts.
Small area,
small amount of time. You draw your own conclusions. Interesting though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I like this one.
Let's revisit this subject, shall we?
Oh, yeah, sure.
On a completely different note. All right. I know that you are not watching right now because I've blocked you.
Oh, is this?
And a few of you. You might be listening, because that's your right. The unsolicited dick pictures.
Oh, I've gotten some. Even I have gotten some of those. But more like funny, haha, happy birthday. Here's my crank. But this is like my old lifeguard buddy on Grace.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about like, not in the situations with you where it's like a joke.
Yeah. No, you're talking like weirdos.
Exactly. Why? And I tried really hard to get a guy to come on today. I asked 2 different dudes to come on today, and I got shut down by both of them because I really wanted to. I asked our friend Mr. Enright to come on.
Oh yeah.
And he never answered me.
Oh, well, he's not good with the his phone dies and shit.
He's horrible at answering. Yeah,
he's a typical boy.
Yeah, he's not good with that. And then I asked my buddy Andrew if he wanted to come on, but because it's Memorial Day, he and his wife both had it off, so he's spending some family time right now.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, but anyhow, I really wanted to get a man's perspective on this. Why do you guys think this is okay?
Well, okay. I mean, obviously, if it's your girlfriend or your wife, but even those
that's not unsolicited.
Even those chicks will be like, I don't need to see your dick. Like, I already know all about it. But then like if that's a way to ruin. Like, even if you are interested in a girl and you're kind of fun and flirty back and forth, and then boom, they send the dick pic, then it's just like, oh man, you totally wrecked it.
The only time, for me anyway, when it's acceptable, when it would be acceptable for you to send me a picture of your dick, is if I've already seen it.
Yeah.
I don't get, okay, alright, men, you need to understand something. We don't want to see your dick. Do you understand this? We don't want to see it.
I think it's funny, and I'm sure that's not what they,
Never.
No, but straight girls don't want to see your crank.
Never. In the history.
Unless it's live.
Of you sending an unsolicited dick pic, and by unsolicited,
let
me define what this means. It means when the woman has not asked you to send her a picture of your dick. Never in the history of this has a woman ever fallen onto her back with her legs open, asking for you to impregnate her. This has never happened, okay? I don't understand why you guys think this is okay. Dicks are ugly. Dicks are not what turn us on, okay? If any of you men and this is the thing, is that you guys still don't understand what gets us hot. It's not that.
Which I find fascinating because straight women love dick. I guess you just don't want to see it.
When we're already involved.
When it's already.
When we're already involved with you, when we're already in a sexual relationship with you, yeah. Looking at your dick, and that's something that we love. We can't get enough of it. But if we don't know
you're not even in. Yeah, you don't know the person, and you're not into them.
We don't
want
want
to see it.
Anything to do with it. It's disgusting. We don't want to.
And it's
see
a little
it.
aggressive.
It's incredibly aggressive.
It's like,
it
damn.
feels violating. It's gross. So the reason why I came to this is because obviously our Instagram, our Side Boob Happy Hour Instagram, it's for everybody. Side Boob is for everybody. It's a public account, and every so often I will get a dick DM. Yes, in there. Because obviously, like, I manage the Side Boob Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. And
are these just like trolls, or are they people that you know?
They're not people we know.
Okay.
I mean, as far as I know, you don't know them. I guess they think that
because it's called Side Boob Happy.
Because it's called Side Boob Happy Hour, or because we are very open in what we discuss. They think it's okay, or maybe because you're a lesbian, and I don't know.
I'm not the one looking at your nasty dick.
Yeah, maybe
It's poor Anna.
Yeah.
Now she's traumatized.
Exactly.
God damn.
So maybe they think that I want, and like I said, these stupid men, they think it's okay.
And you're a married lady.
Yeah,
like, are you fucking serious?
I
would. Those guys are.
I really want to know. I really need the answer. Why men think that this is okay? Unless
they, like, guys. Okay, we've all been to the wedding with the disposable camera, and you always got the one guy, hey man, check this out, and they fire off. Again, my buddy Andres did that. Like, I'm gonna take a picture of my dick, and then the bride, let's see what. Oh God, you're like, oh fuck, that was Carrie's table. Well, it wasn't my dick. Mine's in my drawer, but that's just like a jack off guy thing to do.
Yes.
It's just like
they're so obsessed with their wieners. I just need you all to know, no woman is ever going to be okay with this.
No,
I just don't. what you guys have going down there, it's ugly. And unless we're already involved with you, we have no desire to see it. Stop sending us pictures of your cocks, because as a few of you have already learned, when you do that, you're going to get blocked. And what they do is they do it all shady like. There's like this feature on Instagram that it's called vanish mode.
Oh yeah, so they send it and then it vanishes.
Exactly. As soon as I see it disappears.
Yeah.
So so they do it all shady like. Because honestly, if I were able to like screenshot it,
oh yeah,
I'm gonna post your shit.
Oh yeah, so
I will,
hope it's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. I will post it on our fucking Instagram, and I will post it on TikTok, and I'll post it on fucking YouTube. Of course, we would probably
get banned.
Exactly, we'd probably get banned. But I'm telling you, like, don't do it. I don't want to see it. Carrie doesn't want to see it. None of us want to see it. Well, actually, Annika and Morgan would probably want to see it. We're probably going to have a good laugh, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
we're going to laugh at your fucking shit.
Especially if, some of the guys, and the ones that I've seen, maybe it was somebody's boyfriend, but like, boys are bad with like, they got shitty lighting. They don't even fluff it up. They've got the long balls and like, and their pubes are like, they got the bikini spider, and it's like, whoa. If you are gonna send that, clean it up, fluff it up, and make sure it's a nice looking one. We don't want to see some fucking anteater shit.
I know. Oh
or
God.
The elephant trunk.
Oh God.
And especially if you don't know that person. Weirdos.
Yeah. Again, reminder. I am the one who manages our Instagram account. I am married.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
No.
I'm not looking at that shit. And it's I'm sure that this has never worked for you. I'm sure that never in the history, because I'm sure you're a serial unsolicited dick pics person.
If you've done it once, you've done it
exactly.
a million times.
If you're sending it to someone who you've never fucking met,
then you got no shame.
You probably have sent it to many others, and I'm sure this has never worked for you. So stop doing it.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's fucking gross. Like I said, there are exceptions, but men, you need to understand that unless you're already involved with a woman in some sort of way, we don't want to see it.
No.
We don't. Stop doing it. Stop. Just stop. It's fucking gross. Which actually, yeah, I know. It's fucking nasty, dude. It's and I'm gonna keep the side boob account public because, like I said, it's for everybody. I'm not gonna make side boob private. It's for everybody, but it's just stop doing that, man. Just please. If some of you ladies want to send us pictures of your titties,
I'm in.
Well, yeah, we're good with that. That's fine.
Well, because titties are cute.
Yeah, they're much prettier to look at than your crusty ass dick, dude. None of us want to see that. None of us want to see that. It's fucking gross. Stop doing it, please. Public service announcement.
PSA.
Yeah, stop doing that. Which actually, you know what? This is a nice segue into the Brett Favre documentary.
Oh, Brett Favre. I forgot about him. Yeah, I forgot about him sending dick pics.
Which didn't look very impressive, by the way.
No. I mean, if I'm Brett Favre, dude, I would hope I had a big old hog.
You would think.
And I definitely, like the one that he sent, it didn't even look like he fluffed it up. It was like his hand was bigger than the blurred out.
His hand was bigger than they used like a black box.
Yeah.
And so you guys, what we're talking about is there's a really good documentary on Brett Favre on Netflix right now, and it's basically about kind of the rise and fall of Brett Favre. Basically about his womanizing and how he embezzled. Well, he didn't really embezzle. He just took.
He took money
from his charities. What was it, like a charity, or what exactly would you call that?
Well, no, it was a state. It was like he's from Mississippi, right?
Was he from Mississippi? I don't know.
Southern Miss, yeah. I think he played at Southern Miss.
Yeah.
And he ended up coaching there, and then his daughter was on the volleyball team there. And so basically, these state funds that are set aside for like low income people.
Okay, that's what
he was like, let's build a volleyball stadium. with that money, and they're like, and then he would also take some off the top, like,
so he was
give me $1 million, but then we're gonna build my daughter a bitchin' volleyball stick. Well, that's cool, but what about the low income people would be totally fucked?
Right. So he took like $1 million off of it, and they had like text message receipts between him and the lady who was responsible for allocating the funds or something like that.
Yeah.
So, and then also it got into his, his womanizing, that he did a serious amount of womanizing literally from day one. Like, from the time that he, started with the fucking Packers. And there was this one journalist that was like, he said that he was approached by someone to do an article about Brett Favre, the Family Man, and the guy was like, no, thank you, I don't do fiction.
Yeah.
Because he had seen Brett Favre, like in strip clubs and, with all kinds of hookers and shit like that. And so they profiled specifically this one girl, I can't remember her name.
She's really cute.
She was very cute.
And looked a lot like his wife.
She looked a lot, and he even told her that. You remind me a lot of my wife, which to me that's gross, man. Like, you go after this chick and like try to pursue this chick because she looks like your wife, like, ew.
And also, you don't have the balls to go up to her and ask her for her number. You go to your GMs and get her number, and then you send her all these messages, and she never gets back to you, and you keep going. It's like, dude, come on.
He pursued this poor girl really hard. So this girl, basically, she was discovered because she went to a football game with her friends.
Yeah.
The camera was on her at one point, and literally that's how she was discovered. It was literally just by happenstance. She happened to be at this fucking game, the camera was on her, and then, long story short, snowballed into her being like a sportscaster, like the cute sportscaster girl. And so eventually, was she like a sportscaster for Green Bay, or was it the Jets? That part I couldn't remember.
I want to say Green Bay.
Yeah, she was a sportscaster for one of them, but basically, Mr. Favre, and she has the text message receipts and the instant message receipts, very aggressively pursued this girl.
Yeah.
And she kept denying him.
Or didn't even answer him.
I think she said she didn't answer him. And then he actually physically got her number, like you said, from the GM. And she had never even been in a room with him. She never even formally met him. Then he starts calling her and leaving her voicemails. I'm going to be at the hotel tonight. I'd really like it if you came over tonight, yada, yada. And she's like, because she didn't even know who he was. He wouldn't tell her who he was this whole time he was messaging her. He was describing what he looked like, and you can't tell anyone that I'm messaging you, and yada yada. And she's like, who the fuck is this guy? He's like, I'll send a car for you. And she's no, I don't know who you are, like, no. And he described himself as having gray hair. I play on the team. And she's like, who the fuck? And then he finally leaves her a voicemail, and she's like, okay, this guy does a really good Brett Favre impression, because you can hear on the voicemail, clearly it's him.
Hey, what you doing later? I'm up here in my hotel room. Oh, how funny, I'm wearing Wranglers.
You're wearing a Wrangler shirt. Yeah, you're wearing a Wrangler shirt.
Yeah, and I got this little salt shaker dick I like to mess around with.
And it was just so sad. Like, he just kept pursuing this girl and pursuing this girl and pursuing this girl, and she never entertained this, ever. She never, like she said, she never was even in the same room with him. And then the story leaked somehow.
Yeah, some reporter gave her the heads up, hey, I'm going to run this story. And she was like, can you not?
Yeah, she didn't want it to be leaked because it was, nothing ever came of it. It was just him trying to go after her and her, like, ignoring him. And so she didn't want to make a big deal out of it. And this essentially ended her fucking career. Literally got her canceled. Her show was canceled, everything. It ended her fucking career. And Brett Favre is still completely exalted.
Well, now he's like, I got the beginning stages of Alzheimer's.
Or Parkinson's.
Or Parkinson's.
Yeah.
So, so all these
now
concussions.
We're supposed to feel sorry for him because he's got Parkinson's.
Or you could say all these concussions I got.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
And then they asked, one of the reporters asked the wife, how do you feel about, all of this womanizing and everything? Because other women started coming out after this.
Yeah, because he did this.
Because he did this to a lot of women, and she's like, oh, it's in God's hands, or some stupid answer like that having to do with God.
But Deanna Favre, I mean, she's at home in a mansion hammering chicks. So she was like, oh, good, at least I don't have to fuck him.
It's just really sad, though, because, you know, it truly speaks to the places of men in power.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, just like Diddy and Cassie Ventura, you know, it's all cyclical, you know, and it's very, very sad. Like this poor woman was just sportscasting, minding her own business, living the dream. And then Brett Favre comes along sending her dick pics.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden her career is over.
You know, though, a lot of chicks, I mean, because Brett Favre's not a bad looking dude.
Mm-mm.
A lot of chicks probably would have been all about that shit.
Absolutely, yeah. And they
yeah.
were. You know, this wasn't, he was being super aggressive about it. You know, this wasn't the first time, this wasn't an isolated incident, you know. But the picture that he sent her of his dick.
Terrible.
It literally, I had to rewind and pause so many times because I was very confused by this picture because they used a black box to cover the dick. So either he has very, 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 very big hands or a really, really, really little weenie because, I mean, that thing was pathetic.
Or he didn't fluff it up.
Or
it's like, why are you sending that if you're not fluffed up?
It looked awful.
Yeah.
It looked awful. I was like, wow, that is sad, my brother.
Yeah, I wouldn't be showing
That's
that
the
thing
picture
up.
that you're sending to this girl. So it really was sad that, you know, people still worship this dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people were pissed when he went to the Vikings, but, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't matter. People still love Brett Favre.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. And
he's
now,
our hometown hero.
Absolutely. You know, nice little corn-fed.
Old Miss.
Uh-huh.
I played for, Southern Mississippi.
Yep. And Brett Favre will continue to be Brett Favre, and this chick has to somehow find her way back into life again. You know.
Well, but she did get she did a spread in Playboy and did some like Maxim stuff.
That was during her
sportscasting days.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no. That was
like in the very beginning.
It was in the beginning. Yeah. She did Playboy and then Maxim, and she kind of joked. She's like, "That's usually it's backwards. Normally you do it the other way around." But yeah, I mean, she did some good stuff, and I don't know why she had that nose job. She looked perfectly fine before.
Oh, I didn't even know she had a nose job.
You didn't notice that? Dude,
no.
She made it all pointy at the end, and she looked so much better before. I don't know why she did that.
Yeah, just keep your regular old schnoz.
Exactly, yeah. She looked beautiful before, but I just feel so bad for her because this huge, massive fucking sports celebrity comes along and just ruins everything by her literally doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know? Just comes along and sends pictures of his, you know, tiny little shrimp dick.
Yeah.
And you're an asshole, Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I'm really sad that we missed being able to report on this because it comes on tonight. But tonight is the premiere of Sherry Papini's documentary, but it's in her own words.
Oh, God. This bitch is crazy. Why the fuck is this bitch even getting any airtime, dude?
Because people want to hear her side of the story. She wants to tell her side of the story. Whatever side that may be, I do not know.
I believe Casey Anthony's side of the story before I believe this bitch.
So I don't know what her deal is. It's going to be on HBO Max. Well, it's on ID, but it's also they're airing it on HBO Max tonight, I believe, at 9:00. She says she's telling the truth, quote unquote.
Now we're gonna try to.
What the fuck?
You faked your kidnap.
Yeah,
we know the truth. We know you're crazy. You need to take your fucking meds and shut up.
Oh, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, of course I'm going to watch it. I'm all over it. Shit.
Oh, of
I
course.
can't wait for it. Like,
Oh,
I'm
it's
going to be
popcorn.
there, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll probably all be texting each other. I know Morgan's going to be there for it. But I need to know, what the fuck could she possibly have to say at this point?
That's what we got to tune in for. Because what kind of wild... She's probably going to blame her. Oh, my husband wasn't paying attention to me.
Okay. And for those of you who didn't follow the Sherry Papini case, this was a woman who in 2016 literally faked her own kidnapping. She went out for a jog and then just disappeared. And come to find out that she and her ex-boyfriend had completely faked her own kidnapping, but on top of that, she had him like hit her with fucking hockey pucks to cause like serious bruising, and she also had him burn words of some kind of Bible verses. Yeah, like branded her on her back with some kind of Bible verse, and she was gone, I believe, for about a month, and wasted a shit ton of resources. There were tons of cops and people, and her family were out looking for her like 24 hours a day, because you know what happens when white women go missing, right? I mean, it was this huge thing. Yeah. And then all of a sudden she just resurfaces on a fucking freeway, and a man finds her, and like a good Samaritan pulls over and finds her on the side of the freeway, and she blamed it. She said that 3 Hispanic women had kidnapped her and just made up this huge story. And the cops, I think, right away were kind of like smelling bullshit.
Well,
and even her husband kind of smelled bullshit.
Well, Hispanic ladies ain't got time for that shit.
What the fuck are they doing that for? They don't care. And also, when you get kidnapped, usually you don't get let go. That doesn't really happen. So she's kind of like the real life Gone Girl, so that's who Sherry Papini is, and now, and obviously, her husband divorced her. She lost custody of her children. So she really fucked over a lot of people. I mean, she had family members that honestly thought she was dead because she had been missing for so long, and they were starting to lose hope. And she just faked this huge elaborate fucking thing that turned out to be a hoax. But now, now she's going to speak almost 10 years later in her own words, so we'll see what this crazy bitch has to say.
The ultimate attention whore, and I don't have any fucking time for that bullshit. Yeah,
I know. I'm interested in what she has to say, but it just, I mean, it's going to be pure entertainment. It's probably going to be a lot like the Lori Vallow Daybell interview from fucking jail. I don't know if you watched that, but it was just like, oh my god.
I think I listened to a podcast about that.
It was horrible. She is just what a nut bar, man. Good grief. Oh wait, did she? Oh, I thought she got married again. Never mind.
Oh, Sherry Papini?
Yeah.
No, her ex-husband did.
Okay. Well, good for him, because he deserves a woman who is not starved for attention. So yeah, that comes on tonight, and we'll have to wait until next episode to talk about it. But luckily, you don't have to wait too much longer for the next episode, because it's only going to be in a few weeks. So 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We'll see what this fucking crazy bitch has to say. It starts off, like, the preview starts off with her saying, yeah, people are just saying you want to talk now, so that's what she says.
Oh god. Just the ultimate, just 20-year-old hot chick mentality.
Exactly.
And it's like, when we're 20, we're all about it because we want to fuck you. Mm-hmm. But now you're older, you're not 20, and you dropped hot a long time ago, mm-hmm. and so now we just shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
And we don't have any time for your fucking attention whore, bullshit stories, hope, all this shit.
Yes. Even her friends were saying, like, she has a tendency towards a dramatic.
Oh, well.
Like on that first documentary that came out.
Well,
so
we've all experienced that.
Yes. Yes, we have. These chicks, man.
Oh, God.
Anyhow, on that note, we have run out of time. Stay tuned for episode 2. Thank you for joining us on live. We'll be back in just a second. And until then, enjoy your side boob
and your happy hour.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Annika.
Annika.
Oh, thank you. You're a hottie as well.
Oh, yeah. My lover.
Carrie's lover. We'll be back. Bye.
I'm